Now, if you are building a business and you're selling products online, then one of the key things you want to do is build that customer retention. And this is basically the amount of customers that buy from you and then come back and buy from you again and again. The reason this is important is because it's probably cost you quite a significant amount in terms of ad costs or even time acquiring a customer. And if they buy from you once and then never come back from you again, then you have to do the same again to get another customer. And of course, if you've got an existing customer that comes back and buys again from you, then that is where your margin is. That's where you can really start earning profit. Because it's a lot cheaper to get an existing customer to buy from you again compared to what it is getting a brand new customer. So that's why it's so important to focus on customer retention and really build a valuable retention engine, as I like to call it. So when we first started our business, Cozy Aromas, where we sold home fragrance products, I knew how important it was to get customers coming back to buy from us again and again. But I didn't quite know how to do that effectively. And I think we fell into the trap of what many people do when they start their business is that they will use a automated email flow and the likes of Klaviyo or MailChimp or whatever it is, one of their predefined templates that they have, and just press activate on that. And I remember on this particular one, it was a post-purchase flow. So when someone placed an order, it would then send them a thank you. And then about 2 weeks later, it would send them a discount code to come back and buy again. And that's kind of all I had set up. And I thought, yeah, brilliant. Okay, that's going to encourage people to come back, isn't it? And it did. Some people did come back and buy from us again. But then they wouldn't buy from us after that unless I sent another discount. And that's the problem with sending discounts. And lots of people do this, is especially percentage off discounts as well. I mean, they are everywhere online and they just don't have the impact as they once did. And after a few months, we really started to feel this, and we knew that this wasn't actually going to work properly. So I knew I had to change something. And that's when we really started to think about building a brand, something that people will feel a part of and want to continue to buy from. So how would we do this? So we went down the route of storytelling, and this is where things really did start to pick up for us in terms of customer retention rates. So that automated email flow that I mentioned earlier on, I completely redid that and adjusted it entirely because it just wasn't really working for us. So what I did instead was I turned it into a story-based email flow. So when someone placed an order, instead of just getting the generic store thank you email that you get from Shopify, I disabled that and I replaced it with my own one, which was a thank you so much. I had a picture of us in our warehouse making the products, things like that, because people love to see behind the scenes. And it introduced us, introduced myself and my wife. We were the ones running the company and making the products and doing all of that. And we really introduced us on a personal level. And we said thank you and how much it means to us. We told them what the next steps were. We're going to be packing the order and we're going to be shipping it out within a few days. And then a couple of days later, we would send them another email, which this was unique based on what they had purchased from us. We were selling home fragrance products like candles and wax melts and things like that. So if they ordered wax melts, which was our most popular product, we'd send them an email which told them how to use it and what to expect. And that was a very good email in terms of open rates, because then it's nothing salesy at all. You're just talking to them about how to use the product, and also to build that excitement to let them know that their order is going to arrive imminently as well. And then after that, we would send them another email, which was thanking them again, hoping they've received the order, and if they had any issues at all. And if they loved it, then please leave us a review. And then after that, a couple more days later, we would dive into more about our actual story. So we would send them an email, which is why we started this company in the first place, what's important to us. Then a few days after that, we would send another one similar to that, but it would maybe be my favorite fragrances or my wife's favorite fragrances. And it's just building that one-to-one rapport with them. We'd also send them an email, which was an invite to our Facebook group. So within 2 weeks, this customer that bought from us for the first time, they now know all about us. They are now hopefully a part of our Facebook group and chatting with other like-minded people, and have received their order, hopefully really enjoyed it and left us a positive review. And then that is when we go on to trying to sell to them again. But it wouldn't be via discounts. It would just be by complementing products. So if they ordered a wax melt from our, I don't know, Clean and Fresh collection, then we would send them some wax melts or candle suggestions within that category as well, something that they didn't buy. Or we would send them from a different scent category that complements it. And that's what it's about. It's about being very personalized. Personalized, not just in terms of putting their name in there, but actually referencing the orders, referencing the products that they bought, sending them emails with relevant information that actually talks about what they've ordered previously and gives them ideas that complement what they've ordered. If you can do that, then that is much more likely to convert into a returning customer than just sending them a discount. This is something we tested after doing the discount route, and it worked so well that we just had that running forever, basically. And we adapted that and just expanded that particular email flow. Like it was like the main thing that I worked on. It was massive at the end. So that was within that email flow. We had this one here, which is trying to get customers into become a repeat customer. And they would have another little string, which was if they place 2 orders, then do this, 3 orders, do that, 5 orders, do this. And then you can give them different messages based on how many orders they've placed with you, because then you know how much of a loyal customer they are, you know what they like. Sort of 3 or 4 orders in, we would then try and encourage them to become a subscription box member. And then once they do that, then you really have got them hooked. If you've got them on a recurring fee with you and and they've placed 3 or 4 normal orders as well, then they are hooked. And you just keep sending those really nice messages, non-salesy, and that's what will work. That's what worked for us. We've helped other customers do that before as well, and it will work for you as well. So yeah, any comments on this, leave it below. I'd love it if you let me know what your retention rates are like and what you've done that really did sort of help keep customers coming back time and time again. Thanks everyone for watching. Speak to you next time.